All we need to do today is survive for 5 minutes. And we do that as a square inside another square. We need to avoid the red circles at all costs. Our square is not very quick or reactive. Not good enough. What are you? My report card? Improve speed. We're going to do that twice. We should probably unlock the manual at some point too. But for now we got a little more mobility. So we're going to try and tuck ourselves in wherever we can to avoid for as long as we can. And it's a lot harder than it looks.
Upgrade yourself.
So let's unlock the manual so we can slowly regenerate HP with that. Right back to work. Feel like I could be at this one for a while. Not enough room there. Yeah, I need more speed. Both in my brain and in the game. But this one feels better. Basically a pro already now. Should be a professional streamer on this one. Okay, we're going to dodge that. Okay, good. Wow, up to 30 something points. So I guess we'll take a little more speed and a little more HP. We can also expand the box. So the more full up the boxes get, the more things we unlock, like a secret. That's fine. We've got lots of time to unlock anything we want. We should be able to absorb 1 extra hit now. Yeah, that was entirely my fault. No one to blame but myself. Sometimes the circles just fly at you in a really unfortunate way and there's not really much you can do about it. I'm pretty sure. Or I'm just terrible at the game. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. So let's expand the box. I feel like that'll make it easier. Do I need to fully upgrade this before I can do that? Is that what it's trying to tell me? Yeah, I think now we could unlock it. Back to work we go. Easy peasy. The extra speed actually makes a big difference. Before I just couldn't get out of the way. I knew where I wanted to go, but nothing would happen. Now, pretty easy. So we've expanded the box. We also have attract. I feel like naturally I do that, but we'll buy that upgrade when we can. So the box is bigger, which doesn't stop me from embarrassing myself ever. That was the worst run we've ever done. This one's definitely going better, where the end is near, but we have over 55 points in the bank. Now 60. Has it been 5 minutes yet? I'm getting stressed. So I guess we'll expand the box probably twice. And then very big box. There we go. Now I got room to maneuver. Now we should consistently get many more points. I definitely want to upgrade my income next though. Like we're making pretty good money till I do that and that. As soon as I start talking. Do we need to get everything around it? I'm really confused as to how this works. Or is it saying it costs 1 question mark? That might be it. We need to find a mystery currency. I don't know if the circles spawn in aiming for you, but it seems like you just can never hold still in one spot. But you get cornered. Another round later, we've expanded the box maximum amount of times, only 10 points left over sadly. I did notice at the end of last round that a green X showed up sort of outside my box. I'm wondering if that's a new currency. If I click on it, I get it. Still feel like I need a lot more speed because sometimes you just cannot get out of the way. The X's started showing up. I couldn't seem to do anything with them. But I have improved my health, so I should be able to be a lot lazier. I could take a few hits and still survive. I'm curious as to what attract does, so we're going to go ahead and buy that. Improved magnet range. Oh, I wonder if we start sucking in those X's from outside. That seems like it might make sense. So if they wanted to start showing it up at any point before I get absolutely annihilated, well, never mind. Let's get more health and bullets start slower. They're not too bad to dodge if they're not moving incredibly fast. I feel like the game's getting harder though. Okay, come on. Okay, we got 1 X. Good. We need more magnet range though. Okay, we got 2 X's. I'll take it because I'm desperate. But I was absolutely right. We now get more income. And more income again if we buy more of those. So now things are looking up. Bullets start slower again is probably what we want. This is perfect for someone like me that's just addicted to incremental upgrades. Just doing the same thing over and over again, slowly making progress. The green X is out of my reach. Can we get a few more of those? We'll make a lot more money once we start picking up some of those. I don't even care at this point. More income again. We made 180 on that last one. That's a big amount. We get a multiplier soon too. Improved magnet range. We need more income. And I get the feeling there might be quite a few upgrades because you can zoom a long ways out. So now I'm just very greedily going to take whatever green X's I can before dying, which isn't going to take long because I'm just greedy. But we can multiply the income. I think we're currently at 3. So 3 times 2 would be 6. So much more income. We're also going to unlock the timer, I guess, so we can stress ourselves out with that and improve magnet range. That timer is going to be super helpful for knowing how badly we're failing. Pretty sure there is a thing where the balls will launch directly at the triangle, square rather, I know my shapes, because it seems like you can almost sort of hide in the corners. You go from one corner to the next, and as long as you don't go back to where you were, you're actually generally quite safe. Okay, give me those. I'll just take a few of those and be on my way. 40 seconds. So more income again. Let's take a very big box, level 1. I suppose it's bigger, but it's hard to tell sometimes. I feel like I do so good and then I get hit like 85 times in a row and just die. But with the amount of earnings we're getting, I really can't complain. playing. Bullets are going to start much slower, even more speed times 2. So now we can just straight up outrun the bullets for a while. Okay, that run, we got 9 of the crosses, so we can max out more income already. Slowly regenerating health might be good. I feel like at the same time, I tend to get hit 10 times at once and just die anyway. Let's make the box bigger. So I've been hit twice. Make that 4 times. We'll see if the HP regenerates. The problem is I just get really greedy. As soon as I see those, I basically go and try and get them because I assume I'm about to die, which is sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I die because I'm going to get them. But to be fair, the things do start moving really quickly at that point. So let's take even more speed and more magnet range and more magnet range again and improve magnet speed. Those green X's are going to be the key to making more and more and more. Okay, the extra speed is sort of working for me, but the circles are getting much quicker. Okay, good. Yep, we're just going to get hit by everything in existence. Okay, you know what? Just give me those and I'll be happy. Good enough. A successful run. Well, we got 13 of those, so let's unlock the lab to see exactly what this does. It's a very expensive thing, so that's not worth it. But we did make over 1,000 circles, so we can get bigger box, more speed. But it looks like we're pretty consistently making 1,000 points per run now, and even about 10 of the greens. So magnet range is maxed out, magnet speed is going up. I just need to suck those greens in as quick as possible. We can increase max charge for 2 greens. We can't unlock it yet because we need more HP regen. I wanted more magnet reach and strength, and it barely made a difference. I'm just getting the edge of those. But I'll consider that a success because we can't do more income, but we can do another income multiplier for that, and that's going to be big. And speaking of big, we get bigger box. So now we're making 15 points per circle that spawns. So that time we got 1,500 reds and 11 greens. So the income is going up a lot. I guess we'll try and get some health regen, which is now maxed out. We can't get max charge yet, which is annoying. Things are getting expensive everywhere. And it turns out upon further reading that the green X's will make me bigger when I pick them up. So I'm not imagining it when it gets harder once I start touching those. The HP regeneration is working. Now I got hit once and I could actually watch it regenerate in real time like Wolverine. And then I got hit 3 times in a row and decimated my health, but it is ticking back up slowly. This time I'm sort of just going to try and avoid the circles as best I can for a second. And the X's will come to me on their own time. Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. Yeah, usually right about here I just give up and throw it anyway and just give me the things. 22 though. I guess we want very big box and then huge box, level 1. Bigger box means more room to play. I guess develop armor. I don't seem yet to have developed any armor, which is a little disappointing. I'm not really sure how that works or what it means, but we'll figure that out as we go. I picture this like an outer layer around the square. It should be nothing complicated. Pretty easy to keep this bad boy safe. Okay, the X's are starting to appear. I'm going to employ a bit of a similar strategy to last time. Whoops. Trying to bait the circles into somewhere where I'm not. Then I move into the other corner and yeah, this isn't working at all. All right, I'm going to stop overthinking it and just pick things up again. I forgot I hadn't maxed out my speed yet, so we took that. Improved magnet speed as well and more armor, I guess, even though we're still not really sure what's happening with that. There is this piece down here that reduces growth effect, so every time I pick one of those up, I'm not going to gain as much size. And that actually seems to be working. I feel much smaller than I did before. Yeah, we're still getting hit to emphasize how tough my square is, but yeah, we're definitely smaller than we otherwise would have been. I did pick up more HP, and there's also blazing fast for 3,000, so we're probably going to save up a little bit for that. Also, I'm going to turn the growth effect down because that really did work well for us. Okay, my extra HP actually did a ton for me here. We got 30 square X's, and now we're blazing fast. We're going to take even more health, and we're saving up for another income multiplier, which we can almost afford. So that run put us over at 3,000, but we did get the more income. We definitely going to take that. Then I could be lazy and like take hits at the beginning, because I think we can actually regenerate faster than they can hurt us unless we get hit by 4 at once. It is a very satisfying gameplay loop. Look at those numbers getting bigger. I think I want to make the box bigger at this point. The reducing the growth effect would be good. I also want more speed, but more health is also going to help us survive longer to get richer. Okay, this time we got 30 of those, so we're going to reduce the growth effect again. Not that it's particularly terrible right now. We're going to max out our health. We can just be super tough this way. So now we're able to last a lot longer. Look how small our square is still. We're nice and safe in here, absorbing all sorts of hits. I think the best bet right now is to make the box bigger again. Now I can last much longer. We're even starting to get purple things attacking us, but that's a new currency. So we're going to get blazing fast again, 260 to 270 speed. And what do we want? Let's make the box bigger again. Also, we're going to develop more armor. Still not entirely sure what that is or where. The square does feel big now. We got lots of room to maneuver. And the purple things spawning, we only got a few of them because they do actively hit me. I don't really want armor, but I feel like think if I max it out, we're going to get something new, which we definitely did not. So we'll just reduce the growth effect to hopefully get hit by less things. So after that round, we're left with 6,000 reds, 39 greens, 8 triangles. So I really should just be saving up for more income, because the more income we make, obviously, the easier everything gets. I managed to survive for 1 whole minute that time, and we got 13 of the triangles, which means we can get more income for the greens. There's an income multiplier there, but we're actually going to get a lot more greens because of what we just got. And the square is getting so big that it feels like the greens start to appear really early on, and they're really easy to gather now. So it looks like they start to appear at the 30-second mark, so I assume at the 1 minute mark is when the purples start to appear. And things are obviously moving pretty quickly by then. It gets a little bit hard to avoid anything at all. The number of greens is now in the hundreds though, so that feels good. And at this point, we're basically just counting down the time until we die. Oh, we do get more speed though, so that's a good use of that. Still don't have enough for that or that, so back to the grind. Okay, so now we have over 200 of the greens, so we can multiply the income again. Not that that's really a huge deal at this point, considering we don't really need a lot of the reds anymore, but we can also make a huge box. Things start getting so fast after the 1 minute mark. I don't know how it's possible to avoid most of this. Ooh, but we did get a lot of red, so our speed is actually maxed out now, so we're working on these upgrades. We'll definitely take more income for the greens, so that's actually maxed out as well. Still waiting on this one. So I think at this point we're getting 25 points per red dot that appears. As for the greens, I don't know yet. I need to actually touch one of them. So we get 3 per green X. And like always, as soon as we hit the 1 minute mark, we're basically boned because I cannot possibly avoid all that. So this whole time, I'd forgotten about the lab. Hold left, click to temporarily get small. Okay. We also don't have enough for this. And once I got that, I was able to increase max charge. I guess that's for the ability. That makes sense. We couldn't do it. Even smaller, increase max charge. So there's actually a lot of pieces here that could be helpful for us. Because we don't have anything else to spend greens on anyway. So yeah, if we get smaller, we'll be much easier to move around. All right, so now we can make ourselves absolutely tiny, and we can do that for quite a while. So we're going to make it much, much further. Especially if I use the power sparingly, like if I get into a bad spot, I could just go like that and just weave through a little gap and then be big again. This is thanks in part though to me not having this power before, so by the time I unlocked it, I could afford many of its upgrades. So it's a considerably strong power. So now we just try and avoid everything, taking as little damage as we can for a second, just using the power sparingly. Now at least if we get hit, we should only get hit once, maybe twice, and we can definitely absorb a lot of little hits like that. I was kind of wondering why it seems so hard at this point. Good thing I decided to click around. Okay, we definitely want to avoid the purples because they are fast. Okay, we're going to zoom out of there. You know what? We're just going to stay small for a second and go for as long as we can. Wow, those purples do not miss. Okay, we're big again and 111. But look how many points we got. So we're going to buy that. What does it take to buy those? I guess we can do the research here. Right click, hold right click to slow down time. Oh, and that also, okay, these powers were for, yep, I get it now. So now we can slow down time as well as get small. So slowing down time makes things small, so I can use both of these powers. We'll probably use them in conjunction with each other. That way I can just get the best of both worlds and be lazy. And generally I don't really have to start using the powers until like maybe 45 seconds. Up until then, I can mostly just move around depending on the spawn of the circles. But I do start to get a little bit greedy when I see those X's start spawning. I just can't help myself. Our HP regen is pretty good though, so like I can actually tank through a lot of that. Okay, this is actually a pretty good one. We'll start using the powers in just a second when these start spawning, so we'll go around. The timing of that could be a little bit off-putting, but it's just gonna help me avoid the worst of the damage, hopefully. Okay, there and there. Okay, mistimed that. Okay, this is so much harder than it looks. 114 though. So increase the regen, use less charge overall sounds good. So I guess we're just spending whatever points we have left and doing it all again. I lasted to about 1:10 that time. We still got enough to increase the regen to max, so that feels good. Should only be a few more runs to reach the max of those ones. This one was going pretty well right until the last second. It still got 1:12. So basically we can use less charge and we can just about have the income multiplier that we don't actually need. Okay, 112, 113 seems to be a pretty consistent thing for me. Okay, but there's an income multiplier for the greens, so that's only one single level, so that feels nice. As for these, we can use less charge again. This one was going pretty well. It's still going reasonably well overall. I just gotta not be afraid to use my powers up a little bit in the early stages because I end up taking a lot of damage right around the 1 minute mark because I think I'm gonna need the power more later, which is true, but I also need it earlier. You need the power when you need it because suddenly you can start getting absolutely assaulted by everything like this, and it's really hard to avoid damage even when you're small. Okay, so I think that's technically a new record for myself, not by much, but every second counts here, definitely. Okay, we're actually doing pretty good, 118. That was only worth 5,900 reds. And I did look ahead, and these are the only last upgrades you can get because this is only the demo. So that's good enough for me. I've had enough circles and squares.